What a player. Only I can say that, what a player. Everything he does incredible well. He is one of the best players I ever trained in my life, ever. He's something special as a football player, special.
The truth is, you can watch 90 minutes of Manchester City and completely miss the player who made it all work. He's not the assist king, and he's not the one smashing 5 goals past Luton. And he's definitely not the one the cameras love. But in Pep Guardiola's world, where intelligence beats power and rhythm defines victory, Bernardo Silva might be the first name written on the team sheet. He doesn't just move the ball, he moves the game itself. Every touch a shift in geometry, every press a silent command. While the world worships Haaland's power and De Bruyne's vision, Bernardo masters the invisible, stitching control into chaos and making genius look effortless. He's played 420 times under Guardiola, more than any other player in the manager's entire career, and yet he's still the most misunderstood. That's the truth nobody admits about Bernardo Silva. He isn't just underrated. He's the quiet genius powering one of the greatest teams in football history. And perhaps it's most replaceable. Because behind the brilliance lies a storm, contract doubts, controversy, and the uneasy feeling that Manchester City's heartbeat may already be drifting away. Every summer, clubs come calling, but Bernardo stays, not because of contracts, but because Pep knows something most people don't. Bernardo isn't optional. Why? Because Bernardo is absolutely essential. When Haaland hits 5 goals in a single game, or De Bruyne returns from injury to produce magic, the headlines scream their names. But behind every pattern, every positional triangle that unlocks defenses, Bernardo's touch is somewhere in the chain. He's 4 players in one, a press-resistant number 8 who glides through pressure, a winger who stretches width or slices inside, a box-to-box engine who never stops running, and a false fullback in build-up when Pep needs structural calm. Even teammates joke that he runs more than anyone else in training, yet still reads the game 2 seconds ahead, Kevin De Bruyne reportedly said. You can't coach what Bernardo does, you just let him play. His adaptability makes him football's version of duct tape, invisible when it holds everything together. That's why the myth of replaceability falls apart when you realize how much of City's emotional and tactical balance runs through him. Players like that don't just make teams better, they make them believe. The myth says he's replaceable. Bernardo Silva is the soul of Manchester City, the quiet heartbeat that can't be swapped or sold. Because when he's missing, City still plays football. But when he's there, they play poetry. De Bruyne is chaotic. Bernardo is in control. That's the difference that defines Guardiola's Manchester City. De Bruyne dominates the spotlight. His assist, his long passes, his Hollywood risk-taking. He's the artist, the headline maker, the match breaker. Bernardo? He's the calm before the storm. The reason De Bruyne can take those risks. While De Bruyne operates like a laser, slicing defenses with vision, Bernardo operates like a metronome, maintaining the rhythm so that City never loses tempo. The thing to understand is that while De Bruyne's magic is measured in assists, Bernardo's is in structure. He completes nearly 90% of his passes under pressure, a number most midfielders can't even reach in training. And that's not all. He's recorded the highest take-on success rate on City's squad this season, about 66%, more than even Foden or Grealish. Beat that. Since joining Manchester City, Bernardo Silva has become the most versatile weapon in Guardiola's playbook. In 2022-23 alone, he played left back against Arsenal, winger against Bayern, number 8 against Real Madrid, and false 9 against Liverpool. It's not random, it's trust. While other players follow instructions, Bernardo reads them before Pep finishes speaking. In training, staff says he's the only player who recreates drills for others, explaining movements in Pep's exact language. It's said that during City's Champions League run, when the system shifted mid-match, Bernardo acted as the on-field translator, signaling Rodri and Stones to adjust width and depth in real time. That's what makes him terrifying for opponents. You can't mark a ghost. Against Real Madrid, he showed what shape-shifting really means, doubling up defensively on Vinicius Jr. one moment, then arriving unmarked in the box to score twice the next. He senses the shape of the match before anyone else does. When Guardiola reimagined City's system into that hybrid 3-2-4-1, Bernardo quietly became the bridge, filling gaps that analytics couldn't predict. He ranked top 5 in the Champions League for final third pressures and top 10 in the Premier League for progressive carries. Bernardo doesn't just fit into Pep's system, he becomes it, flexing, folding, and flowing like liquid football. The shape changes, but the rhythm stays the same. His rhythm. Okay, we need to talk about this. Pep has worked with genius before. Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, but Bernardo isn't his superstar. He's his mirror. A player who doesn't just follow the system. He understands its soul.
He was last season in Madrid, against Madrid. He is scoring a goal today again.
There's something about Bernardo's football brain, his calm decision-making, his oxygen-level understanding of space that taps into Pep's deepest obsession, control through chaos. In the 2023 treble season, Guardiola started him everywhere. Left back, false 9, wing midfield. Not because of necessity, but because he could. Bernardo was Pep's safety net and his gamble all at once. The player who could do everything and still beat the odds. For Guardiola, Bernardo represents something rare. Not talent, but comprehension. A footballer who doesn't just follow the system. He understands its soul, and he does it all while playing deeper, riskier, tighter positions. So it's really not about volume, it's about timing. So when Pep calls him unbeatable, it's not flattery, it's survival. Even the dressing room knows it. When pressure peaks, they pass to Bernardo. Not because it's the bold choice, but because it's the safe one that turns deadly. Remember the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid? While others were gasping for air, Bernardo danced between white shirts, scoring twice with cold precision. That night, Pep didn't need a star. He needed order, and he found it in Bernardo Silva. There's a reason why you never see Bernardo Silva rushing. His speed isn't in his legs, it's in his mind. Modern football celebrates velocity, metrics, and moments. But what separates Bernardo is his anticipation. He reads danger seconds before it forms. He moves not toward the ball, but toward where the game will exist next. He ranks among the top in Europe for progressive carries. But it's not the numbers that define him. It's how he bends the rhythm of a match. Watch closely. When City starts to lose control, Bernardo drops a few yards, demands the ball, and resets the heartbeat. Every tempo change runs through him. Analysts call it positional IQ. Pep calls it intuition. But to teammates, it feels almost supernatural. As if Bernardo plays in 4D. Stones once said, he knows what you're about to do before you've decided. Even defensively, his intelligence shows. Few players can press with the precision he does, cutting passing lanes instead of chasing shadows. In 2023-24, no City player made more recoveries in the opposition's half per 90 minutes, a stat that says everything about how he reads the game, not just plays it. For years, Bernardo Silva has been the quiet constant in Manchester City's domination, and somehow, still the most misunderstood. Every summer, the rumors swirl. Paris, Barcelona, Saudi Arabia, and every summer, Pep Guardiola blocks the door, not out of loyalty, out of necessity. Because Bernardo is the first to run, the last to rest, and the one who celebrates others louder than himself. In modern football, humility looks replaceable, but in truth, it's irreplaceable. De Bruyne will be remembered as the artist, Haaland as the destroyer, Ederson as the builder, but Bernardo Silva, he's the glue. The brain when Pep needs calm, the heart when City needs grit, and the shape when others lose theirs. That's why Guardiola's only question before a big game is never about numbers or headlines. It's this: is Bernardo playing? If the answer is yes, City doesn't just play football, they play control. The world says he's replaceable. Pep knows he's essential. And that, quietly, consistently, undeniably, is the truth nobody admits about Bernardo Silva. So, if you made it this far, you're not just watching football, you're reading it, because only those who understand Bernardo Silva understand the game beyond the scoreboard. Drop a like if you respect football IQ over highlight reels. Subscribe for more truths football won't tell you, and tell us in the comments, is Bernardo the quiet genius of City's empire, or the soul that made it possible?